Thank you. Mr. Sanjay Jaju, a secretary from the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Mr. Shashi Shekhar Vempari, co-founder, AI for India and former CEO of Prasar Bharati, Ms. Nisha Narayanan, and I'm a director and COO of the Red FM, and of course Archana Kapoor, director and founder of the Radio Festival. It's really a great honor for me to be with you here today on behalf of UNESCO to celebrate World Radio Day 2026. Of course, I'm grateful to the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, as well as Prasar Bharati, for collaborating with UNESCO over the years on the observance of this special day. And today we mark the 9th edition of this Radio Festival, which is really India's premier platform uniting community stations, public broadcasters, policymakers and innovators to champion radio as a trusted public good in what is really the largest democracy in the world and a multilingual democracy at that. So I extend thanks to Archana Kapoor for her visionary leadership in doing this across 9 editions, and of course to the entire team here. World Radio Day 2026, which, as we heard earlier, originated amongst the member states of UNESCO and then was adopted at the UN General Assembly, declares that AI is a tool, not a voice. A theme that mirrors very well with this festival's theme, Reimagining Radio with AI. And it's to affirm AI's power as an enabler that can accelerate multilingual translation across all the languages of India. It can generate personalized content recommendations. It can automate transcription to enhance accessibility. It can enable real-time analytics to refine programming for local audience. But AI, we must be cautious against AI trying to supplant radio's essential essence, which is the human storyteller, the trusted human storyteller that holds a cultural intimacy that at the end of the day, no algorithm will be able to replicate. And we heard that this morning. People across the world and in the UK, what are they seeking when they listen to radio? They are seeking that human interaction, and that stays at the core of the radio experience, whatever the technology that comes along. But let us not also undervalue the potentials and the opportunities that AI offers. Because India's landscape seems primed for this evolution, the All India Radio, Akashvani, operates 591 stations, broadcasting with a broadcasting that reaches 98% of India's population in 23 languages and 146 dialects. This is truly impressive on a global scale. The External Services Division of All India ranks very high amongst the overseas radio networks of the world, both in reach and range, originating 55 transmission daily of almost 72 hours, which covers 100 countries in 27 languages, of 15 of which are foreign. At the local level, there are so many examples of the richness of Indian radio. A few. Radio Mewat 90.4 FM in Nuh, Haryana, which was launched by SMART in 2010, empowers marginalized Mewati communities with programs on gender equality and financial inclusion. Kumaon Vani 90.4 FM in Uttarakhand's Nainital district promotes sustainable livelihoods through farmer discussions in Kamoni, and here in Delhi, the Delhi University Community Radio engages urban migrants and underserved communities with interactive shows on education and social issues. So these examples really demonstrate radio's grassroots strength. And how then, the question is, can AI help to augment these strengths without, of course, losing the human core? So the Radio Festival 2026, I think we're going to hear about some concrete applications, AI-driven voice cloning for low-resource languages. As we heard earlier, the importance of reaching the unreached, of going into all the corners, predictive listener analytics to boost engagement in underserved gram panchayats, and hybrid AI human moderation to help combat deep fakes and misinformations. Some of the initiatives here in India, like Meiti's ICOSH for multilingual translation, align seamlessly with these goals and position India as a global model for ethical tech integration. These developments also present important opportunities for proactive action, improving dataset inclusivity, as we heard the importance of that earlier on, to amplify minority voices, supporting resilience and transition pathways for over 50,000 radio professionals, and strengthening safeguards to uphold journalistic independence. In 2019, the member states of UNESCO adopted the first ever global normative instrument on artificial intelligence, the Recommendation on the Ethics of Artificial Intelligence, which underscored the need for countries to prepare themselves for the artificial intelligence wave across all sectors, communications, but also health, education, culture, and so on. And in order to do this, there's a need for rigorous safeguards and human oversights, of course, to ensure that AI is able to uphold human rights and to advance democracy and diversity across the world. And so UNESCO developed what we call the readiness assessment methodology to work with countries to make their own assessments based on their own context and their own situations. And we're very happy to have been working over the last year and a half with Meiti to do this in India. We went around the country with Meiti, asking communities, asking people what they expected from AI, of course in radio. And we're also very happy that we will be launching this with Meiti at the AI Summit, launching the report on the 16th of February. But I think it's interesting to note that the number one issue that came to us across the country was language. People across the country want AI to speak their language, and I think that's where the implications for radio can be fantastic. And if AI can help enable that linguistic inclusion while respecting the diversity across radio, it will be a huge achievement in India. So I think as we celebrate today, World Radio Day, and we think about AI before what will be the first global summit on AI in the Global South in a couple of weeks here in Delhi, let's pioneer an AI-enhanced radio where tools amplify diverse human voices for information integrity, for our cultural safeguarding, and for an inclusive growth for all. Thank you very much.